guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Gorgeous day outside, March the 25th, 2020. Charlie Victor still running wild all over the world. I'm just going to do a walk and talk. And so yesterday I was outside working on the barrel stove build, and you guys will see that later on. But my Patreon members will see it right away, because that's how it works. So if you're interested in getting everything before everybody else, slip on over to my link on the YouTube page or in the description of this video, and you will be good to go. You will have access to all that stuff. Just a second. Just avoiding, I'm doing the social distancing. It's from the mail guy, or mail kid. He's just dropping off stuff. Now, like I was mentioning, yesterday was outside most of the day at my house, like we're supposed to be good little citizens. And guess what? Just like I'm coming around the corner, a ton of people are out. Now, I don't blame them. Today especially, because it's awesome weather. But people were not following the government recommendations yesterday at all. I seen so many people out. It was redonkulous. And like I mentioned in that video, I phoned over to Home Depot looking for some high temperature Rust-Oleum spray paint, and I couldn't even get into the paint department, so they sent me to customer service, and she's like, yeah, don't come, we're slammed. Yeah, that's crazy, guys. And and my parents are like, no, don't go. So what I did was I just did the lazy method, is I ordered the stuff on Amazon, and it'll be here when it gets here. Now, I probably overpaid doing it that way, but I got the paint I was looking for is pretty high end up there. But anyway, enough of the vlogging. So what's been going on in my area in Canada, Charlie Victor land? So we've had only 2 cases, all travel related, and they were both elderly, and they instantly had to go into quarantine at their place. I don't know exactly how that story unfolded, but so far haven't heard of any new cases in our area, which is a bonus. However, Michigan, or Detroit, Michigan in the States, which is fairly close, is out of control. So they had to lock down basically that state and do their own little mini martial law thing over there, where they're going to fine everybody $2,000 or something for going out, being caught outdoors or something like that. I could be wrong, but that sounds pretty insane. Not exactly sure how that works. They just send you a bill in the mail, or throw you in the clink with the rest of the Charlie Victor possibles. I don't know. Sounds insane. But anyways, the dollar, our Canadian dollar took a huge hit, guys. 68 cents is the lowest I seen it at, and it could have dropped to 67 even. But yesterday it rebounded. The stock market rebounded a little bit, and so did our dollar by a cent. And it's still bad. Like it's 69 cents or something like that today. As far as I know, I haven't followed the daily news today. But I see a lot of people whining about President Trump. Oh, you're turning the economy, you're letting people go back to work too soon. It's gonna hurt some more people. Well, if you guys know anything about the Great Depression, that when that happened, most people back in those days were about 90% self-sufficient, and today that number is reversed. There's about 10% of people that are self-sufficient and 90% who are dependent on, government, the utility grid, etc., etc. So, I totally understand why the president's doing it, because if you shut your country down for months on end with no income, guess what, guys? The whole setup's going to fall apart. People are going to get pissed, and then it's going to be anarchy, Mad Maxville. We don't want to go there. So, that's why he's doing it. Oh, sweet. Just found $1. Score. My only income today. Nice. Anyways, hey, it pays to walk around, I guess. Hopefully it's not been coroned, but it's been out in the sun for probably a few hours, so the UV would have killed anything on it. I'll make sure when I get home to Lysol my hands anyway. That's the other thing. We had to pay a bunch of bills. My dad did. And so what I did was I drove him around, but I didn't let him go in to any of these places. Sorry about that. Yeah, so like I said, I didn't allow him to go in any of these places, so I had to go around, and looks like the transport trailers are lost. I had to go around, pay all his bills for him, which is no problem. And I took precautions, guys. Like, I basically took a fresh Lysol wipe in my hand, went through the stores, etc., etc. And what the hell was that? Thought it was a copper lighting people up. Anyway, getting interrupted, off track all the time. A lot of high traffic area where I'm walking, so pretty tough. So we got all that stuff paid. I just took a Lysol wipe with me in my hand. Basically use that to, pass things off and keep my hands wet wiped and virus free. Now that doesn't protect you from the droplets in the air, but since our cases here are so low and those people are in self-quarantine, then I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, today there's a ton of people out, guys. Again, as you can tell from the traffic. But there's plenty of people out walking that I'm not going to film for you. And that's good. Exercise is always good. But, a lot of people are still at home, which is kind of good too. So, I've actually been chatting to a lot of people that I know online. They're going stir crazy at home. And I think yesterday, when I was mentioning all these people being out, they just had to get outside. They didn't care if they were going to get fined or whatever. But mostly Canada's infections are in the big cities. So you got BC, Vancouver on one end of the country, just above California, which is an absolute hellhole I hear right now with this stuff. And the other spectrum is our international airport over in Toronto, which has so many people. It's basically like the New York of Canada, guys. And of course, since New York's having a ton of issues with this stuff as well, of course, Toronto is as well. Luckily, those places are pretty far from my location, which is always a good thing. And can't really complain about that. But it's pretty interesting. Anyways, haven't been to the grocery store in a week. Don't plan on going to the grocery store anytime soon, because like I said, we stocked up early, and I stocked up for years in advance, and it paid off. Like I said, I even had preppers that didn't. I don't. People call themselves preppers, but they didn't put any food back, which was makes me question the word or their label as a prepper, because that's like 101. But they said, they admitted to me, oh, I guess you were right, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, most of the stuff I say comes true because I follow the actual proper news, which is not on the TV, not shown on TV, guys. It's shown on the internet, alternative media sources. Caravan to Midnight, AJ had InfoWars, right? And Press for Truth, all the other boys out there. Oh, wonderful, running into more people. Anyways, going to be a gorgeous day to work at the tiny house. Probably will have to start a fire in the Cubic Mini, because gotta have heat, and I don't have any propane. That's the one thing I regret not getting, is propane over there. But then again, I've been a busy boy, so that just didn't happen. Plus, I think my area will be pretty safe in another week or so. And they might say, okay, everybody in this town can get out and get back to work because our cases are at 0, which will be nice. So hopefully our local medical hospital didn't get slammed too badly with this, and gives those awesome people a good break and rest, and so they're not panicking. Because those are the real heroes out there, the nurses, the doctors, any of the hospital staff, etc., etc. Because this is a hell of an issue, guys. And what are you going to do, right? It's up to them. So, I actually agree with everything they've done. Hunker down in place, stay home, stay away from everybody, because, put it this way, guys, if they didn't do that, the hospitals would have been overrun within a couple weeks with, we can't do anything, there's no beds, there's too many people, there's not enough staff, the staff are getting sick, blah 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 blah. That which means the whole hospital healthcare infrastructure would have collapsed. And then that would mean, guess what, guys? Everybody's on their own. DIY doctor now. But I want to let you guys in on a little secret. Maybe not a secret if you've been... I'm a moderator on a survival group website on Facebook. Well, it's not a website, I guess. Survival group on Facebook. And I've been posting corona-related stuff on there pretty often. Help everybody out, as well as alternative media videos, And what you guys need to do is, if you can, go to a local grocery store. I know it's high risk at this point, and buy out 2-liter bottles of Canada Dry tonic water, and it has in it the same medicine that's in the malaria drug that everybody's talking about on the news. And while you're there, get a good bottle of high quality vitamin zinc, Z-I-N-C, zinc. What it does, so basically, if you guys pop a capsule of vitamin zinc and drink a bottle of this tonic water, which I'm not exactly sure how tonic water tastes. I'm guessing it tastes like shit, so you're gonna have to mix it with something. And when that happens, should be halfway decent to put down. Basically, the medicine in the Canada Dry tonic water will help push the zinc vitamin you just take into your body's cells. So it's going to push zinc into your cells of your body. What does zinc do? Well, it doesn't allow any nasties to get into your system, aka Charlie Victor or any other thing. And it's cheap, and you guys can do it. No issues whatsoever. So definitely think about that, guys. Try to get out there, get that stuff. It's the Canada Dry is in a yellow, has a yellow label on it. It's called Canada Dry tonic water, and it says with the medicine in it. It starts with a C. I forget the name of it. I should add that. But yeah, super important, guys. Hopefully it helps you out. Or you can, or just don't believe me, and you're on your own. We'll talk to you on the next one.